Hi there, Victor Pross speaking, anarchist artist. Okay, today I'd like to take another stab at discussing the issue of anarcho-capitalism versus anarcho-communism. Okay, this arguing that's taking place on all the different pages is becoming quite tiresome because of its sheer repetitiveness, lack of definitions, and the straw man bickering that is constant throughout these discussions. And I'm going to try to propose an argument that I think has probably been made before. I don't think it's unique to me. I've digested it and thought about it myself and tried to sort out these issues by reading, by thinking, and just doing basic analysis of materials that I didn't have exposure to, but just trying to make a logical connections and constructing theories that I think are backed up by a certain amount of facts from which to theorize from. I don't like to start in midstream, philosophizing in midstream. But one theory that I would like to propose as to why there's such a divide that might be an actual divide or an arbitrary divide. I don't know. But this is what I want to talk about in this video, and to try to come to some understanding. Now, I'm at a complete loss, and perhaps the anarcho-communists can help me understand this. Okay, I truly want to get my head around this. I really do. I'd rather not reject arguments that perhaps I haven't got a grip on. If once I understand the argument, and if I disagree with it, then at least I know what I'm rejecting. But help me with this. Okay, how is it that capitalism could not survive, not be a factor within a stateless society? How is that not possible? How is it that capitalism is considered only to be a phenomena that's possible only by a centralized state? Now, we both understand, do we both agree, the ANCAPs and the ANCOMs, do we both understand that a basic rational definition, a generic all-encompassing definition of the state is a small cadre of human beings who have arrogated to themselves the exclusive right to initiate force on a population, whether that be that force be for the purposes of social edicts and codes of conduct, and is maintained. The actual power of the state is maintained by the productive energies of the citizenry upon which it draws from. How is that? How is this not the case? Is that much at least understood? Now, when you take that being the thing that anarcho-communists are said to oppose, I mean, if they're opposing the state, then that is one of the things that they would state, so that they would reject. But their further objection goes to include that the capitalist class, the people who hold the means of production, are in cahoots and in bed with this ruling class that has gained a self-appointed, arrogated to themselves a legal and a moral right to initiate force. That's quite distinct from the capitalist class. They're two different classes of people, and the objection is that they're in cahoots with one another. Okay, that that they're scratching each other's backs. Okay, you have mercantilism, you have protectionism, you have crony capitalism. That is what the ANCAPs, anarcho-capitalists, object to. So, and that's what the anarcho-communists object to. Great. What's the misunderstanding then? What is the disagreement? Seriously, what is the disagreement on this? Now, if you had a stateless society, you would still have this social fiction, this construction of the capitalist caste, or the bourgeois and the proletariat. Actually, it's just a matter of specialization. It's just a matter of division of labor. Some people do more brainy work than the physical work. Life is thought in action. Okay, it's not. There is no mind-body dichotomy in which an industrial civilization is solely due and made possible by physical labor. There's an intellectual component, and we are just all not born equally. I mean, it's said to be that we're equal in the eyes of the law, but we're not metaphysically, intellectually, or even morally equal. Some people will be producing more than others, and some people will be producing different things than what other people will be producing, without the place and a normative evaluation upon it. It's just the specialization. And the division of labor. And the division of labor is not only physical, it's intellectual. So you would have this capitalist class in which some people are employing others, because if that's how a voluntary society decides to operate, and there's no one omnipotent force making decisions. When I say decides to operate, society decides to operate, it's nothing more than the net result of cumulative interactions between human beings. That's how society decides to operate, how the people interact with one another voluntarily by mutual consent for mutual benefit. Complete non-physical coercion as the basis of a society. Okay, we're not talking about a utopia. There always will be people who will impose force, but we're talking about a society in which does not have an does not institutionalize the force. You see, that's the difference. Okay, but you still have people trading and producing and employing, and or being self-sufficient, or deciding willingly to work for other people. So what is wrong with that? That is a voluntary society. So I'll just leave that much with you. To both the anarcho-capitalist and the anarcho-communist. Victor Pross, anarchist artist, anarcho-capitalist, artist, anarchist, whatever the label, signing out. Pop goes to culture.